we start, before, well, not just cooking, but I was making food before. Yeah, that should do the trick. Um, before uh, before I realized we're supposed to do the podcast. I was supposed to be doing laundry as well, and then I kind of skimped on that. So
Hmm.
yeah, gonna have some fun here. Cook myself some taro root and or fry myself some taro root. Not really cook it, you fry it.
This is the Experience Podcast with me and someone else.
Hi.
Hello, I'm your resident chef, or
Yes,
something
and
like that. Well, I can't really call myself a chef. I call myself a cook.
hmm,
Calling myself a chef would imply that I'm actually good at it.
Yeah.
John, have you
So, what's
cooked
up with you
anything
guys?
lately? Yeah,
Well,
John,
you
what have you
know,
cooked lately? Anything good?
John.
Say again?
What have you cooked lately?
I haven't been cooking as much lately. I used to cook some good jambalaya and chili though.
Oh,
In New Orleans?
No, but I've made gumbo. I like a lot of that Cajun food, and obviously box spaghetti. I've had a lot when I was lazy, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't been cooking as much lately.
any musubi or
Oh, I've done that. Yeah.
you know?
Or my parents sometimes when they'll make something big, they'll vacuum seal it for me, and I can sous vide. I can just heat it up like that, and it's just as good as it was like the night they made it. It's really impressive. I really like that trick. You just boil the bag for a few minutes.
Wait, so how are you supposed to actually is there like a thing that you can get to help with vacuum sealing, or is it just
Yeah, yeah, they make machines. They can be a little pricey, but yeah, they come in handy for sure.
yeah? Because when my mom comes, she cooks a lot of stuff for me, but we don't vacuum seal it. We just stick it in a plastic bag, in a Ziploc bag, try to get as much air out of it as we can. Hell, still, and then we stuff it in the freezer.
Hmm.
Anyway, I think oh God. Okay, that's Anuj's microphone.
Yeah,
Uh,
my food I just finished warming up. I was waiting for it to get done before coming off of mute.
I think we're no, I was gonna say we're this is close to the record for widest time zone difference. Everyone is in a different time zone.
Are we?
And
No, I'm back in Dulles.
yeah,
You're
I'm back
where?
in Northern Virginia.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah. No, if on Sunday when we were supposed to be when I was supposed to be recording, I told him I couldn't. I told you I couldn't because I was literally flying back from LA. But I'm back in I'm back in the Eastern time zone. I will
Yeah.
be um here for another week, and then I'll be in Mountain Time the week after, and then in Pacific Time 2 weeks after that.
Dang.
So if you want to record a podcast episode while I'm in Vegas, because I'll actually be there on a Sunday, and then I'll be flying back on Monday. Just hit me up. I'll have a little bit of fun.
Oh, that would be easier for me. I'm on the West Coast. And then John, are you still out even farther?
Yep. Hawaii.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
which island are you on? You're
Oahu.
required to tell
One
us.
with the capital,
You're on
Honolulu.
Oahu? Oh my God, how are you? Okay.
Are you anywhere near Pearl Harbor?
Not super far from it.
Which base are you? Are you at the Marine base on the north side?
No, I'm not Marine. I'm at the
Does
Army base, Schofield
yeah.
Barracks.
Okay. Well, you could have still been at the Marine. All the bases
I
have a bunch of
guess
different.
you can kind of, yeah, I guess that's true,
I
but
mean, Pearl
no, I
Harbor
just,
is a joint base, isn't it?
Well, there's multiple
uh,
bases.
I
Is what we're getting at.
believe maybe, I'm not sure on the specifics, but
Like I think
Schofield
every
isn't
branch
though.
has a base. I think Pearl Harbor is technically the main base that you're thinking of, Anuj, I think is a Navy base. But like John is getting at, they have an Army base there. There's a Marine base. They kind of have
Mhm.
everything there.
I'm thinking of Pearl Harbor Hickam.
Yeah, Hickam.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Field,
Hickam Air Force
Field
and
Army Airfield.
Yeah, that's the air. Yeah, so they have all different kinds of bases there. Um,
Yeah, it's very pretty
John,
out here.
have you been doing any rim
mm,
pack stuff? Everyone's talking about it.
Any what?
Rim pack.
What's that?
No. Oh my God, the rim of the Pacific. It's like a naval exercise. No, never mind.
wait, is that
Oh,
happening right now?
Yeah, it's happening right now.
maybe it's a Navy thing. I'm not tied into
I
that.
think it is a Navy thing. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's
We
like
have
what
other
U.S.
exercises.
Indo-PACOM plus
Yeah, Paycom.
yeah, it's Indo-PACOM plus Five Eyes plus some of our Pacific partners.
They just changed it to Paycom for some reason, not
Yeah,
Indo-Paycom anymore.
yeah. Well, I wonder why.
I guess we're not focusing on Indonesia anymore. I don't know.
No, Indo's the Indian Ocean.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
So we're now
I was
Pacific
wondering about
Command.
that. Hmm?
Yeah, so now we're just gonna be the Pacific Command. Huh.
Yeah. Gotta be ready for all this shit with China going down.
Ooh.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Don't look
I
at
mean,
me.
there's only so much I can say. I feel weird to, bad ops
Welcome to
after
my
that.
life,
It's
John.
interesting. Yeah. It's interesting though, for sure. Um,
Except you and I are kind of on different sides of that coin. You're more on the I think you're more on the tactical side, right?
Okay, I was about to say, I was careful with what you were about to say. It sounded like you were on. Never mind, go on.
just imagery stuff, mainly. Imagery
There you
and
go.
like map based stuff is what I do. So like, satellite
Okay.
imagery, uh analyzing stuff like, oh, that's a so and so, or they have a so and so over here, or this is going on.
Oh, I thought you were like direct like warfighter for some reason.
Well, I mean, we shoot at the range and do all that, but yeah, it's more of a desk job for me typically.
Mm.
It's cool though. I enjoy it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. But again, it feels more of a on the tactical side.
Yeah, I suppose so. What are you up to?
I'm still doing my thing, still in acquisition support, technical acquisition support and stuff for software and we actually are fielding things for once in our damn lives.
Okay.
So it's good to do. It's been interesting for sure. Otherwise, yeah. Lately it's been a lot of systems engineering for stuff we're going to field. We're still trying to figure our shit out,
Hmm.
which is I think like in this job you kind of learn that like the job's never done. Like
Yeah, that's how it is for us too. But it's satisfying work though.
yeah,
It's been pretty
absolutely.
light workload lately, but I mean, we still stay in the office, the full time,
Huh.
but pretty light lately. It's
Nice.
about to ramp up here a lot soon, though, I think, potentially. I don't know. That's just what I hear.
Boy, imagine if you're in
Longer
CENTCOM.
hours.
Dude, could you imagine if you were attached to CENTCOM?
Hmm.
Could you imagine if you were attached to CENTCOM?
I'm sorry, one more time. You cut out there.
Oh, could you imagine if you were attached to CENTCOM?
Yeah, that would be interesting. A lot of stuff going on with Iran and all that Strait of Hormuz stuff.
So we had peace for all of what, a week?
Yeah, I know it's ridiculous.
And now we're back at it again. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'd say I
Anyway,
hope
yeah, war aside, go ahead, Anuj.
I'd say I hope this shit gets resolved by like the fall, but who the hell knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah, hard to say.
Yeah, John, what
Yeah.
are the satellites saying these days about the war? Anything good? I'm asking
Gonna
like
tell
it's
you
like
what
it's
happened.
a it's like a fortune teller. What do the satellites say? You know, but anyway,
Yeah. I don't want to
uh,
be like acting like a cool guy, like, oh, I know all this shit you don't. It's just I get weird about because you never know, sometimes the classification of stuff is a little sketchy. Like one part of it will
you're
be
allowed
classified,
to.
but the other part isn't. So it's like I can talk about stuff, but I'm gonna be running a risk of like letting something slip. So I just try not to do that if
You
I
You
can
know
send
the
it
help
to
it.
me over
worst is
Signal. I think that's allowed.
so John, the worst is if you say two things like out of context, but
Yeah.
in the right context, you mess up.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. Yeah, it's
Classification by
classification by
compilation, I hate it.
compilation. Yep, yep, yep. You can have one piece of information, you can say it. You have another piece of information, you can say it. You say the two pieces of information together, that's, classified. That can be a thing to
That's
handle.
a
It's a little
spell.
annoying.
Well, here's the thing, John. I did pass my annual classified information training, but
Oh, my bad.
you know,
I forgot
they
about
never
that.
they, they never let me near the classified information for some reason.
Didn't
I don't
trust
know.
you.
I guess I don't have a need to know, but they never let me near it. Maybe I'll transfer it to a different group
Dang.
just to get some info. I don't know. The nuclear stuff isn't as interesting, but
I didn't even tell you one secret.
yeah, they don't.
Mm,
And I can know secrets, not top secrets, but just regular run of the mill, everyday
yeah.
secrets.
Collateral.
Your regular
I
run of the
did
mill
pass. I
everyday
think
secret.
I
Yeah.
I think I got 100% too on that 15 question
Yeah, that's
test
really
too.
annoying.
Not to
You
brag,
had to do all those tests and all that crap and that whole
not to brag,
Every
process
year.
just to not
but
even use it.
I did get. I think I got 100
Damn.
on that test. It took me
And you
like
have
an
to do that
hour
every year,
to
right?
watch slides. Yeah, every year.
Yeah, there's a refresher training you have to
Hate
do
Yeah,
every
those.
year.
it's just a refresher.
I hate those.
Although, and it was just for
Hmm.
your, I don't think I did my cybersecurity one yet. So, you know,
Get to it. That one also
actually, I think I
sucks,
did.
but get to it.
Forget it. Oh no, you know what? The one I didn't do was prohibited securities. That's the one I didn't do. But that one's not important. I think you're allowed to be corrupt now. So
Prohibited what?
securities. It's like I can't
Is that the
own
part where they tell you you're not
certain
allowed to have
stocks.
stock options in certain companies?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's the
basically.
norm. That's the norm nowadays.
Yeah, which I think it's now it's permitted securities, I think
Freaking
is what it's called.
politicians, man.
Do you guys want to know any inside information? I can get you guys rich.
No.
Okay. Well, you know what? Too bad it is. Because I don't know any. So if you passed the test, I
Well,
guess.
great.
Some people ask me like, who's getting approved for a reactor? I'm like, I don't know. They don't tell me.
They ask you what?
No, like what's how the nuclear landscape. Like I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No one tells me. I kind of like changed responsibilities recently. A little bit, not really that much,
Hmm.
but I don't work on like new reactors anymore. So,
Yeah, what has your job been like? What do you do day to day?
well, now I do more. Well, I don't even know because they reorganized my agency, so my job is going to change. But
Uh,
mostly I work on like operating plants, so plants that are already running. If
mhm.
they want to make a change to their plant design, they submit an application to do that, and it goes to me basically, and I decide whether they can do it or not.
Okay. What kind of
Um,
changes? Like higher capacity or something? Like higher energy
so
output
that would
or
be
what?
power up rates. I don't really do that. I do more like, so my job is uh I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this without talking for an hour. Because the news just gonna get bored because it's not that exciting. Um,
Go for it. I don't care.
I do like it's more like safety stuff. So,
Okay.
for example, we have this program. I'm just gonna talk for an hour. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna talk for an hour. So most plants,
Yeah.
when they want to make, when they want to like take something out of service, right? You want to take a pump out of service? How long are they allowed to take it out of service is the question, right? So typical
Water
engineering
pump?
analysis would be like, huh?
A water pump?
Yeah, sure. One, I'm just giving an
Oh,
example, random piece
oh
of
yeah,
equipment.
yeah.
Yeah, water pump.
Okay.
How long do you take it out of service? And the engineers at some point 50 years ago said, like, I don't know, like a week. Does that sound good? And that's what they decided. What my job, well, it was like engineering judgment. It's like how, defense in depth, right? How many backup pumps do you have? How long can those last? It's like, all sorts of stuff that goes into that. My job
Hmm.
uses a more probabilistic method where I look at it from a more like, well, what's the probability of failure if you do take that out, right? And so I go in and determine how long that would be. So that's what my job mainly focuses on. It's more like, well, like the math kind of says 5 days is better for that pump. Like you can only take it out for 5 days, and that reduces your risk of um, catastrophic failure, basically of the plant. Like core damage is what we're looking at. So like
Is that for any component?
we can do that down to every single component. Where
Hmm.
basically we design these different what are called fault trees, where you take like, it's basically like a what can go wrong tree of like, okay, if like how can this pump fail? Well, either, it's not gonna, the motor fails or it doesn't have electricity, right, to run or whatever. Um, and we can estimate these failure probabilities for all these different pieces of equipment. And then,
Mhm.
so what these plants will come in is they'll want to make changes. Maybe they'll say, we don't want to do 5 days. We did our own math, and actually it's 4 days. We can leave it out, or actually that'd be the worst. They'd say, oh, we can take it out for 10 days, right? And so I have to go in and say, well, how did you do that? And is that correct? And is that going to mean, what are the safety margins? Stuff like that. So that's what I look at.
Okay. Maybe
Um,
theoretical job. Does it
it's
get
a little
I
boring?
theoretical.
wouldn't say theoretical, maybe statistical, right?
Yeah, it's more statistical. Like it's just adding
Oh,
probabilities, kind of. But also, I don't necessarily have to do that part. Like what I'm doing is reading what they're doing. Like I'm the regulator, so they're the ones that have done all the math, right? And I can look at what they did. I can kind of confirm it on my side, but like what I have to do is say, are you meeting the regulations? Like, are you following the law, basically? If you do
hmm.
this, are you following the laws that we've created? It's not laws, but it's regulations, but it's the same thing. Um, so
Fair
that's
enough.
that's more what I do. Uh, so like right now, a lot of plants are upgrading from analog to digital. So what my job is to determine like, well, how does that change your chances of meltdown if you go from an analog control system to a digital control system for a lot of these components. Um, you know, it's like system interdependencies, things like that.
Hmm.
Like my job mainly is like what can go wrong and
So what's the most fault-tolerant thing
minimizing
you
the
found?
chances that that happens.
Yeah.
So that's really all. Anyway, that's the end of
Oh,
my
hell.
hour-long speech. Any further questions? I will not be
That's
taking
good.
questions. Okay. Um,
I guess that
anyway,
reminds me a bit.
how's
Sorry.
yeah? Go
Oh,
ahead.
it reminds me a bit about sometimes we do stuff like people with my job description will do like HLZs, helicopter landing zones, figure out like, okay, it can go here, it can't go here, you know. And then the joke is that the aviators always ignore it and just do their own thing and get all cocky. But it's kind of a preventing things from
Helicopters.
going wrong thing too, yeah. Because like, you know, how tilted, how level is the ground? What kind of stuff could they hit? What obstacles are
I
there,
mean,
et cetera, et cetera.
like a lot of what I focused on recently is like external events. So like, seismic stuff. Like if an earthquake happens, how does that
Oh, I
affect
didn't even think about
things?
that. Yeah, that's got to be
Earthquake,
especially
high
after
winds.
Fukushima.
Yeah. Like we have plants like in like California, well there's one plant in California,
Oh,
but like yeah,
Yeah.
they have a lot of extra work that they have to do to demonstrate that they're safe from earthquakes. And that work gets reviewed by someone like me. Like
Well,
flooding of
what's a good
plants in
example
South.
of like
Huh?
countermeasures or safety measures,
Well,
or
okay,
what are we called?
for flooding, I was gonna say for flooding, like the plants in South Florida have very high flood walls. And what they
Mm,
will demonstrate is like we've done the math, we've calculated like the maximum height of a flood we could ever get in Miami or whatever, and our flood walls are higher than that. Like that's what
hmm
we would look at. And that's more of an engineering. That's not necessarily um what that's more of uh, not as like probabilistic as what I would look at. That would be like a way to screen it out. Most of these plants screen it out because they have enough defense in depth, essentially. Like there's no specific one thing that all of them do, I guess is what I'm getting at. They all have different ways to meet the criteria, and they're all different. Every nuclear power plant is different. They're designed completely uniquely. Like
It's
I
kind of
can't,
neat.
I'm trying to think of what the other one does, but like, shoot, I'm trying to think of something else. But yeah, anyway, uh,
Because you would tend to
so
expect that to be super, super, super regulated and then not have much freedom to come up with their own, custom, like, okay, we're going to do it like this. We're going to approach this like that. But I guess it
well,
makes
that's the whole.
sense
Yeah, the whole
because
point is they're
everyone's
allowed to
different.
do it because yeah, everyone's
Yeah.
different, and they're allowed to come up with their own design, but it has to get approved from us, right? They
Mhm.
can't just do what they want to a certain extent.
Well, I guess I was just saying, like, it almost feels like something that you would expect to be like cookie cutter, like, here's exactly how the government makes us do it. But there's a little wiggle room in that, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah, there's a ton of wiggle room. Although to be fair, like um, we put out guidance documents, which is basically how to meet the regulations,
Hmm.
and
so you
it's an
are prescriptive.
it's an approved way to meet the regulations. They don't have to do, but they don't have to follow that. But we're saying like if
Funny.
you want to make it
Yeah, suggesting.
easier, if because it's
Okay.
easier for them to get approved if they do the method that we've endorsed. And to be fair, Anuj, the guidance documents, not all of them, but a lot of them are just endorsements of the industry guidance, like the industry created
Uh,
documents. So they'll create their own how we think we want how the industry will say we think this meets the regulations, and then we'll review that and say, yep, actually that works. And then so they're kind of doing they're creating their own rules and following their own rules, or at
I
least
was gonna
methods
say it
to
feels
meet the
like
rules.
coming from a software background, you get a lot more freedom, and usually, at least when you're acquiring software, what you try to do, and I mean, you're a cyber physical system, so the rules probably don't apply as much because you have to actually be a little prescriptive. But when you're acquiring software, you try not to be as prescriptive and saying like, here's the requirement and here's how you're going to implement it. But you just say, here's the requirement, go do it, and then we'll
Hmm.
just sell it off at the next demo.
Yeah. That reminds me of
Yeah.
healthcare, how it's like, these kids just out of high school, I don't even know how much necessarily training they need, but they can just boss around doctors. You're like, no, we're not trying that treatment. We're not going to do that. We're not going to fund that. And it's like, what the hell do you know? You know what I mean? Unfortunate.
Yeah. So anyway,
But yeah.
uh, Anush, how's the food?
Oh, the food is great. Um, the fried taro root was amazing. And now I'm having a lentil stew. And it's really good.
Did you say fried taro?
Yeah, Terra.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I just didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
No,
is it like an
that's
air
so good.
fryer?
No, I properly fried it. Um, Oil,
You properly fry it?
cumin, coriander, turmeric, chili powder, salt, and asafoetida. So like I actually fried it in oil.
Okay.
The lentil stew I actually like kind of cooked, so that one is not like super fried. Also really good. Maybe could have used a little more chili powder, but otherwise I'm not going to complain.
Anyway, John, how much longer are you going to be in Hawaii? I hate to say this but I was just in Hawaii like a few weeks ago.
Oh,
So
dang.
I
Well,
didn't realize you were on Oahu. So if you were,
oh, yeah.
but
That's all
it's
right.
kind of it's kind of a busy island, you know? Like
Oh, yeah.
there's a lot
And
of
the
people. You
roads,
wouldn't, I mean, I
roads are
guess you kind of
bad.
expect it. The what?
Roads are bad.
Oh yeah, Russell. But like the downtown area is pretty packed.
Yeah.
Uh,
No parking.
oh yeah, yeah. We were trying to park at like this one. It was just like the side of the road, but it was like a medium-sized road. It wasn't like a big road, but
Hmm.
and we were about to park, but we were like, is this like a real parking spot? It's kind of hard to tell. And then a guy who I don't know, I guess he did speak English really well, but he was pointing to the car behind us and he's saying like something like, look, check out that car, tickets. And we saw like, oh, the car behind us and the car behind that had a
Oh,
parking ticket. We were like, okay, so this is not a legal parking spot. But eventually we circled around. But yeah, parking is not easy.
yeah, it's ridiculous. Like at our motor pool, it's so packed that people just park in the grass by the parking lot, and it's a massive parking lot. But they keep on bringing more people here. I remember I've seen too. They'll park like those little curbs where those little patch of grass, like a little oval shaped patch of grass. I've seen people pull their truck up on top of that and park there. It's ridiculous. Or they'll just park like midway through a turn in the parking lot, like not even in a spot.
Yeah.
So is it worse
I've
than
seen it completely block off a pathway before, like 3 cars wide, just sitting there.
so is it worse than Atlanta? Like way worse?
I didn't really drive in Atlanta, but
I think it's
probably, yeah.
different. It's just there's so few roads, Anuj. Like there's
Yeah,
not
there
as
aren't
many
many
roads as you would
roads,
think.
not
It's
many
like
spots.
there's like one or
Okay.
two main roads in the city, and then obviously some side streets. But like so there's not like but there's still a lot of people, you know, and a lot of
Yeah.
people, and you kind of need a car to get around the island if you want to go anywhere. Like if you just want to sit at the beach, obviously
Are
it's
the drivers aggressive or are they incompetent?
They're typically okay. They can be,
I,
I've had someone almost sideswipe me before speeding, there are bad drivers everywhere, but
yeah, I think it's
overall here, I
pretty
wouldn't say they're too
average.
bad. Yeah,
It's probably
they're pretty
average.
nice. And there's that thing too where, you do the hang loose sign, like they call it driving with aloha, like, having good manners and stuff. Like someone will give you the hang 10 if you let them in, they're trying to make a turn or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
local
only reason I
culture's
ask is
interesting.
like bad drivers in Georgia or like in the South, like just in Georgia, like in Louisiana, it seems to be incompetent. Up
Hmm.
here, like Virginia, and maybe even up north, further north, it tends to be aggression.
Yeah, make you have to drive
Um,
defensively.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Also, that was one other thing. Daniel, did you see? I wasn't expecting it when I first got here, but the chickens, they are everywhere, aren't they?
there's a lot
At
of
least on
wildlife,
Schofield.
obviously.
Yeah, but
There's not a
there'll
lot.
just be chickens sitting there like pecking at the food that gets dropped, like a dog, like trying to get the little scraps.
Oh man, I can't remember what. Yeah, there's like just there is a lot more wildlife than like what you would be
Yeah.
used to like Anuj. Like in like Virginia, it's like deer and that's it, you know. But
Yeah, there were
honestly,
just loads of like wild chickens living in a dumpster crowing all day and most of the night,
yeah.
going all over the base. I don't know if it's like that outside of the base quite as much. I guess I haven't seen quite as many in other parts of the island, but they are crazy here.
You've
Very
been to
pretty
the
too.
we went to the biggest it's got to be the biggest necks in the United States.
Thanks what?
The necks, the Navy Exchange.
Oh yeah,
Have you gone there? I think it's the
I
one
haven't
up
been
Pearl
there.
Harbor. Oh, okay. It's got to be the biggest one. It's like 2 floors. It's like bigger than a Costco.
I hear it's great. Yeah, I need to go sometime.
We're just talking about a shopping. We're talking about like a store. It's not. It's not. It's not. I don't know. Anyway, anything else you guys want to talk about, or we can? It's late. John's got to head to the beach, and Nuge has to go to sleep or
Yeah.
something. So, uh,
So my internet has been being stupid. I don't know why. So we're doing this on cellular now.
oh really? Do you switch
Yeah,
at some? John's also
I
on
just
phone.
did.
So, hmm. You switched to your phone? It didn't say anything here. You didn't drop
No, I
out.
was always on my phone, but
Oh, okay.
you guys are cutting out in and out.
Okay, well then we'll wrap it up here. Um, yeah. Any last words, John?
I'm good. Good talking with you all.